Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
How you doing, Lucy?
I'm doing great.
That's great. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We have such an exciting time this time of year.
It is.
There's spring. Well, there's no spring.
It's the middle of winter. Yeah.
It's kind of cold and just blank, and we have Groundhog Day, and that's just like that's just a day that reminds you that you can end it. So it is, but we do have the Oscars.
I can't wait for the Oscars.
That came out today, so it's
a magical night with the stars. That's how I have always thought about it.
I mean, put a pin in that. Magical night with the stars. Watching the Oscars while you're eating Chinese food.
Yeah. It transports you into a world of classiness and glamour.
Vegetable lo mein and staring at Bradley Cooper's fake nose. I guess he won't wear it to the show.
I mean, he better wear it to the show.
Well, we'll see. Before we go any further, I just want to remind everyone, Kump has a Patreon, and in that Patreon, you're not investing in speculative concerns where you don't, maybe you'll get a credit in the back of an episode. No, you get an extra episode every week for $5 a month. It's a pretty good deal. That's 4 hours of content extra you get. There's other things I'll put you in the credits. Like here's some grip. Here's some key grip on Saltburn. I'm the guy in Saltburn who after what's his name? I don't want to spoil it, but after that guy had to file the dirt for like 6 hours, I was the guy who had to clean it up. It made me clean up his fluids-filled dirt.
You're the groundskeeper who had to clean up his
filth.
Yeah.
But I'm in the credits. That's not what you get. You get the whole content pie. So come patreon.com/RayCump. No filth to clean up. It'll be filth. You don't have to clean it up. So anyway, you're excited about the starlets and the boys.
The glitz.
What is it? I know this is new to me. I didn't know this side of you. You've never seen. I've never seen you point out someone's dinner jacket on the red carpet.
That's because I'm just in awe. I'm speechless when I see them.
Not when I'm around.
Bradley,
you can't stop talking when I'm around.
Bradley Cooper is an interesting example because that movie, pretty much the only reason I know it is because Bradley Cooper wore a big nose to play a Jewish guy.
Right.
But it's so built up that
is he even Jewish?
No. I think that's part of the point.
The conductor, I mean.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. What's his name? Hourglass?
Bernstein, I think it's
Leonard Bernstein. Yeah, all right, yeah, I guess.
But yeah,
I thought you were Swedish.
I was thinking it would be funny if it was just they made it really disgusting looking. Yeah. It's not just big, it's also they greased it up. Oh, yeah. They greased it they greased it up and put blood in it that you can see.
Dry blood?
Every time he turns his nose up, you can see that he has a bloody nose all the time. Okay. And his nose is greasy.
Who's doing this, by the way?
I'm a production designer.
Oh, you mean a makeup person?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Right. Is this to get back at Bradley Cooper or Leonard Bernstein?
It's not to get back at anybody. That's just how they think the nose should be portrayed in this scenario.
So, I mean, is that based on, have you read biographies of, was he a big cokehead?
I don't think so.
Because, after years of doing blow, it'll make a hole in your septum. And I used to have to shove things into people's noses when they were dead at the morgue. Because the doctor wanted to take a picture and show that. So I have to stick a probe through the middle of their nose, coming out the other side. So, because they couldn't just write that. They couldn't just pick a picture of a nose and go, and no one trusted them, I guess. They couldn't just be and there was a hole in the septum. Oh, I made that. No, you made that up. Why would you make that? So I had to take a picture with a big, like a sewing needle type thing. I mean, honestly, it wasn't very subtle.
Did you ever find...
the artist side of me wasn't really... I felt a little garish shoving a sewing needle into a guy's nose.
Oh, well, don't think of it that way. I mean...
I felt clumsy. I felt like I was making a Barbie movie.
Ooh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Did you ever find anything up there that was interesting?
What would that mean? What do you mean? Like a passport? His nose?
I don't know. Just maybe a marble.
Oh, I did find a gold ingot.
See, that's interesting.
No,
yeah.
I didn't find a gold ingot. We put it inside of a nose? No.
Oh, I wanted to believe it was true.
Every time some guy OD'd on blow or fentanyl, I just saw it as a giant, as a flesh-colored lottery machine, slot machine. And I was disappointed every time when it was just snot and dead nose veins. Anyway, I love this wonder that you have. You're like, look at Bradley Cooper. Oh, look, there's an ingot inside a nose. Just floating around. Speaking of the Oscars, there's some outrage. Not everyone's as excited as you, Lucy, about these Oscars this year. People are kind of livid. They're kind of losing their minds because there was a big film this year, and it wasn't Saltburn, and it wasn't good Killers of the Flowers Moon, or as I like to call it, Casino Part 3. All right, it was a movie. It wasn't
Anatomy of a Fall, whatever that's about.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Did the Farrelly brothers make that one too? Why aren't they not getting the movie? The movie we watched the other night, the movie with the handicapped kids that play basketball.
I think it's because the Academy hates people with Down syndrome.
They won't nominate that. They gave it to them for Green Book, but now they get no love with this handicapped basketball movie. That that they ripped off of a Spanish movie anyway. I call hypocrisy.
It is hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Because there's that's the most representation. They have this whole representation initiative now. But that Champions was the most representative movie I've seen in a while.
If the black kid and the handicapped kid in the movie, basketball movie, had said, "Hey, I've never eaten fried chicken once in my life," you think they would have gotten an Oscar?
Yes.
For no, he's like, I didn't even watch that whole movie. I watched that clip. And I was like, what? This is a thing. This is like what the Farrelly. I mean, it makes sense. This is what the Farrelly brothers think like black people want to see. It's like I've never had black people. Well, even if you had, that wouldn't mean anything. No, but I haven't. I don't really believe you. I'm not sure why you're saying this.
Right? Yeah.
You seem like a very accomplished man. I'm driving you around like.
Yeah, you don't have to say this to prove you have dignity. Like, I know. Yeah.
My mother didn't say. I don't believe that either. I'm sure there's a line where like my mother wanted the best for me or some shit. Or I don't know. Look, the only thing that makes sense is like maybe my family was awful and they would always steal the chicken. They wouldn't let me have they would take it away from me because I was a runt. And that's why I played the piano. They say, "Go play the piano, you cocksucker."
We never saw Green Book, but it would be funny if that's even more of the movie than we think it is. Like, that's the entire movie.
Is that this Good Will Hunting? It's not your fault moment,
right? Is them talking about whether it's like appropriate for a black guy to brag about never having eaten fried chicken?
Yeah. He's like, at the end, he takes him to like get some fried chicken. He's like, "It's good, isn't it?" No, I knew it was good. Why would they keep me from eating it otherwise? They were taking it from me. I went hungry. I want to remake it and just make that the whole movie. And he just opens up a fried chicken place where he plays the piano, like he's got a big upright piano. And like, "Welcome to the fried chicken." And it's actually it's just a story of Little Richard. I get sued by his estate. No one seems to care about all these people who get love nowadays. No one talks about Little Richard anymore.
I would love to watch a Little Richard biopic.
I would love to watch a movie where he just eats candy, eats a bunch of Smarties, and goes, "That's good."
He eats a variety of candy and then makes a song about each one.
Yeah, just plays the piano, like bluesy piano.
Yeah,
and then he dies.
Imagine if Little Richard made a song about warheads.
Oh my God! Most people would who even knows what a warhead is anymore.
Yeah,
very few people. I mean, I guess people our age, but I mean, kids, the TikTok kids, they know what a warhead is.
Right? Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I'm surprised that doesn't that's not a thing on TikTok. Kids, they don't want to eat sour candies on TikTok. I think that would make good content. They just want to pretend they were in the Holocaust. It's like kids, like Swedish kids going like, "Whoa, what if I was Anne Frank? How about you eat a sour candy?"
They're all taking kratom now. They don't need our warhead.
Is kratom sour?
The point is, it hurts.
Yeah,
it hurts when you put too many in your mouth.
Why didn't you?
And that means you're strong.
Why didn't you just eat broken glass? And you go, well, that's what a Smartie was,
right?
Or something. There was some other one. There was a crybaby. One of the crybabies, those big ones.
Yeah, there was a whole industry around like hurting children with candy.
Yeah, I wonder that's probably just had fiberglass in it. Right. Anyway, we got off topic.
You're a crybaby when you eat it because it's broken because it's gonna make your mouth bleed.
Oh man, crybaby was invented by I don't know who's the guy who was actually been convicted of anything. Do we have a version of that in America? Like, who's the guy in England? There was that guy in England, the pedophile guy.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. I was going to make a reference, but it wouldn't make any sense.
Oh, Jared from Subway.
Yeah. Jared, who invented that? Jared from Subway? Thank you. I haven't been keeping up with my famous pedophiles. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The Barbie movie. I think I left that in the air, dangling for 10 minutes. But it's the Barbie movie. People are pissed and crazed about the Barbie movie. You were excited about the Barbie movie. We saw it over the summer. They are enraged that it has been snubbed. The Barbie movie has been, let's see, make this full, please. Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie's Barbie Oscar snub sparks online outrage, completely proving the point of the movie, in quotes. Well, I thought the point of the movie was to be a toy commercial.
This is a weird...
Wasn't that the point of the movie, to sell, big-titted toys to children with surfboards?
Selling toys was definitely part of the point,
Big-titted toys. They gotta be big tits, or men, small men, I guess. Well, Ken's not small.
No, Ken's normal size.
The other one, the Michael Cera.
Alan. This is a weird quote underneath the title. Did we not watch the same movie about Barbie? One user wrote with "about" in caps.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about me. It's like we just watched the same movie about getting vinyl siding on your house.
Right.
We're like buying a commemorative plate. I mean,
with the Twin Towers on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd love that. That would be nice. I mean, honestly, back in 2002, I would have thought that was tacky, but I would love a 9/11 plate.
Yeah.
We should get one for the studio. It's a nice commemorative 9/11 plate. Can you maybe make that our fine? I mean, I know.
Yeah, no, I would love to break that out for dinner parties.
Just have a commemorative 9/11 plates.
Just eat spaghetti on
I'm just worried that they not only will we get poisoned, but we won't be able to sue. Because they'll say it's a commemorative plate. We literally call them commemorative plates because they have a lot of lead paint in them. Well, you shouldn't put that anyway, they'll say. And also mercury. I'll say, why is there mercury? And we go, just to make sure you don't eat off it.
And the judge probably, if they're any kind of normal judge,
right?
They're immediately going to be.
They'll send some kid to school after getting bribed.
Yeah,
if they're a normal judge. I mean, wait, did I say school? I meant prison.
I heard prison because I knew that's what you meant. Right. But any normal judge, they're going to be completely unsympathetic to us as soon as they know, as soon as they realize
they see us.
We were eating meatballs off of the towers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not universal. I assume the kind of people who buy them and their plates, that people are eating meatballs off, these things. And I mean, I assume that there was people jumping out in the picture of the building, and someone's just dipping they're frying the ketchup on it. Well, and a person is just, if I was a kid and my mom had them, I would make the pool of, I would make the floor ketchup, and my dad would be like, "Hey, idiot! There's no, there wouldn't be blood. If the blood would just splatter, you wouldn't see that much blood." And I was like, "Hey, how you know? Shut your mouth, blowhard. You think you're tough? What do you think I'm gonna do to you? Shut your mouth. I'm not afraid of you. Put ketchup wherever the fuck I want." Scumbag. Anyway. But we don't have the plates.
We don't, but we could get them.
Yeah. Well, but the mad that Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie weren't nominated for Oscars.
Yeah, Greta Gerwig wasn't nominated for director.
For Best Director.
And Margot Robbie wasn't nominated for Best Actress.
Right. But Ryan Gosling was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Ken. Where he sings that song. He was good. He was fine. I gotta say something. It's a $1 billion movie. Everyone talked about how good this movie was. And I was open-minded. I've talked before about we saw Lady Bird at a screening with Greta Gerwig with a wine and cheese thing afterwards, right? And she was pleasant. And even when I bumped into her, I was trying to get more wine. She didn't make a big fuss. She didn't say, get this fat bastard out of my screening. She's just kind of, picked herself up off the floor. And I didn't knock her to the floor. I'm kidding. Point is, I have nothing against her. We saw Little Women. I thought it was, not a good movie at all. Mm-hmm. But I have no hate for her. I'm not sitting there going like, can't wait for this woman. You know what a woman couldn't do? She couldn't direct Point Break. I never said that. You know why? Because a woman did direct Point Break. And other good movies. People act like Catherine Bigelow didn't exist. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know she worked for the CIA and she's a propagandist. And they told her, hey, we got to make, the Bin Laden raid look real. So do this stuff.
You got to somehow make people feel good about us lasering a guy's balls.
But she made she's a good director. She made a good movie. And people gave, Hurt Locker won Best Picture, right? Didn't it?
Well, yeah. Was it the Hurt Locker? Zero Dark 30 won Best Picture, I think.
No, Hurt Locker did.
Oh, maybe it was.
Zero Dark, look, the Academy took the bribe, but they didn't
She won Best Director for Zero Dark 30, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying is the Academy might have taken the bribe for Zero Dark 30, but they didn't give it. We're not gonna give it Best Picture.
Yeah.
That's just garish. As long as we don't cross.
I remember because she was she beat out her James Cameron, who's her ex-husband.
Yeah. Oh, she beat him for Avatar?
The year he did Avatar.
Oh, was Hurt Locker that long ago? Okay. I don't know. All I remember is what's his name, being in a giant goalie outfit. And being upset that he didn't die in the bomb thing, right? That's the movie, right?
Something like that. It's been a while since I saw that.
Yeah, that was that. And what's his name? Wasn't that? What's the guy from The Menu?
Oh yeah,
Ray Fiennes. Wasn't he a mercenary who died in the middle of it out of nowhere? They're movies mostly about defusing bombs in Iraq. But then in the middle of it, they get in a day-long firefight, and Ray Fiennes is just a black warrior guy. He's you're not a fucking object. He's just screaming at the Iraqis. I don't know. I'm just quoting in Bruges. Point is, women got love in other movies, but people are acting like Margot Robbie should be just given the Academy Award, apparently, and then Greta Gerwig should be given the Academy Award without even going to the ceremony.
Right.
They're very upset that they're not getting nominated. I never got mad that Jurassic Park wasn't nominated.
Exactly.
I never got mad that He-Man, Masters of the Universe wasn't nominated. Which honestly was this movie's not better than those movies. It's a little better than He-Man, but He-Man was pretty cool. But it's not better than Jurassic Park. Yeah. It's not better. When did we start Barbie made a lot of money. Okay. When did that become a barometer for the Oscars?
Yeah, and it's also its own reward.
Yeah, being a hack is its own reward.
Right.
Being a schlock director who makes a lot of money while you're married to Noah Baumbach is its own reward.
Right.
Well, he can make the great art house films of Marriage Story or whatever he makes.
Right.
It's not like he's turning the world on fire anymore. He needs to team back up with Jeff Goldblum. Not Jeff Goldblum. Who's the other one? Jeff Daniels. But people think that I don't know who these people are. They said one person said that this film is that Killers of the Flower. We could have given her a Scorsese spot because Killers of the Flower Moon is not even in one of his top 10 movies. Scorsese's top 10.
It doesn't matter at all.
Which is just an argument that yes, that's how much better he is than everyone alive right now. But then Greta Gerwig.
Look, I'm not going to claim that there's some ironclad logic to who gets the Oscar.
Right.
But it doesn't work that way. It's not like, well, you've made better. You had the best movie this year, but you've made better, so we're not going to give it to you.
They don't grade it on a curve.
Right.
And look, I'm open to whimsy. I'm open to like a weird thing that, like, just because something's a commercial. I mean, the people, there'd be nothing more enraging. It'd be like talking to your dad, right? Your dumb dad. And he's just like, and you say, like, no, it's actually, look, I know what you're thinking, but it's actually a good movie. It's actually, despite being, it's a commercial. I'm like, oh, no, it's not just, I mean, I'm open to you just want to, like, shove his face into a vat of oil of burning. But that's not me. But I'm open to the idea of it, of that being the case, where like someone's saying it's just a toy commercial, but it's actually a very good film. But this wasn't. Is my point. It was just. I mean, it had a couple good. I'm not gonna say as if I'm the only arbiter of this. Mm-hmm. I'll put it out. You disagree with me. That's fine. You can have your say. You can make your case. I'm saying personally, I don't even think it's that good of a movie. Mm-hmm. I thought it was. If you weren't sitting next to me, I would have walked out.
That seems.
I don't like. It was very unwatchable to me. And I'm open. I like women's. I like Little Women, but I like the Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
I feel like I'd be more less skeptical of you saying if you hadn't been with me, I wouldn't have gone in the first place.
Well, I might have gone to check it out because people were so raving so much about it. I go, maybe it's one of those movies where it's just if you weren't with me, like, if you were not around, I would just kind of be in some weird, like, I would be up at 2 a.m. I'd find some theater at 2 a.m. to watch it in.
Right.
And I'm like, it was actually the Barbie movie. I thought it was like one of those seedy movies. I thought
It's just you in one row, sharing one row. Like the entire theater is empty.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you're sitting right next to like two 10-year-old girls and their mom.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m.
I mean, I don't think any theater is open at 2 a.m. except for.
It doesn't make any sense.
But in this scenario, that's why I would think it was a pornographic film. I yelled at Mom, "What are your kids doing here? Get them out of here!" No, I didn't enjoy it. I thought the world building was a lot of missed opportunities. Now it seems odd to say that about but commercial toys, which it is in my opinion.
It's definitely a toy commercial. I mean, that's
right.
not that's
it's
not
apparently one, but I don't think it throws that shackle off. I think the plot is very cutesy. This movie, if this movie was made in the early 2000s, I feel like someone would have put some effort into it. But now we've gotten to a very cynical point in like where the only effort that gets put in is costumes, right? Just big garish, like have a song. The whole thing should have been a musical, but they wrote one song. Like, I'm not a musical guy, but this thing, like that one song that he wrote that he was in, was like actually the best part of the movie. The Ryan Gosling part where he sings.
Yeah, I'm just Ken.
Yeah, I mean the song, they should have wrote more than one good verse, but there was actually like a good verse. I'm like, this could have been the movie if anyone put any effort into it besides like spray more vinyl liquid onto this actress's skin so she looks like a plastic toy. Burn her skin so it looks.
I mean, look, some movies have one song. They have a theme.
I'm not saying you can't have one song. I can't imagine why there'd be one song.
I don't know if I would have wanted to hear people singing all throughout it, to be honest. I think that it's like.
I'm not saying with the people that were making it now, make it. Like, I'm not saying don't change anything else. I'm just saying this would have been better that way. It's like have Baz Luhrmann make this. Like, I don't like Baz Luhrmann.
I don't want Baz Luhrmann making the Barbie movie.
Why not?
Because he's just gonna turn it into a whole like
a big gay nightclub party.
A big gay like sex thing.
Well, what do you? Will you like celibate Barbie better?
Look,
why wasn't Barbie getting railed in this movie?
In order to understand what a Barbie movie should be, I think you have to have kind of played with Barbies as a kid.
Right.
To get some of these jokes, you have to have played with because there is kind of a strange. It's contradictory playing with Barbies because it's like because they're these like crazy, unrealistic, objectified sex dolls, Right, but when you have multiple Barbies and they have different jobs and stuff,
right.
You are kind of forming a little feminist utopia. And then, Ken, nobody's really interested in doing anything with him. It's like, Ken does get neglected.
Sure.
I never got into Barbies enough to know about the pregnant one or the.
How about we just make
Ken's friend,
make a movie about me as a 10-year-old boy rambling, playing some weird stream of consciousness game like I used to. Like I used to wander around with my friend Jimmy in the school, the giant parking lot that we used to be our Catholic school, where we used to have recess, and be like, oh, let's hang out. But now we're playing the wizard. And now we're climb Ice Cream Mountain. Just nonsense. Just jibber jabber. Just make that into a movie. All right.
I would love that to be made into a movie.
When you're a kid, you just run around in a circle because you're on a sugar rush and your parents are just neglecting you. and then they scream at you because you say an inappropriate thing at that wake. Make a movie out of that. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, movies, like, this reminds me of when we used to smack my Barbies together.
Is that real? Did you really say something inappropriate at a wake?
I think it was actually outside of a Little League game.
Oh, okay.
There was this coach, and I said, why are you here? But like, I knew who his team was. His team wasn't there. I still think it was odd. He was this guy who was like, because he was the coach.
That is weird. He's just coming to watch other teams' games.
He might have had a friend or a friend. Maybe his team. It was my brother's league. I think he was black, so people might take a racist connotation to it. But I was like 8. I didn't mean it at all. I knew he was like. I think he was my brother's coach, or like. And I knew my brother's team wasn't playing, and his son was on my brother's team. So like, I mean, that's all I meant. And people they called me out in front of this guy, and I was just like, they probably thought the guy was like took it because he was black, and I was like, I was a victim of this. I'm being accused of being some racist 8-year-old.
Right.
But I just meant I know who you. I know what team you coach.
It's also such a weird way of like almost. It's almost when you start assuming that your 8-year-old means things in a racist way. It weirdly signals to the black guy that it's like, are you saying this shit around him?
Right. No, it doesn't matter.
You can't let him know what a racist family we are.
It's none of your business why he's here. That's what he said. It doesn't matter why he's here. Maybe he wanted to come to the game. I should have been like, what? You wanted to come? Want to watch Little League? What are you talking about?
He probably like fancied.
This wasn't some Little League where people would play good baseball. I don't know if Little League in your town was like good. This was bad. I wasn't. It was just that I was bad. There was like one good guy on every team. And he would get very mad at us because we couldn't get anything done. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do shit. We couldn't catch. We just, ball come right to us. We drop it. It was like the Bad News Bears, but everyone's garbage, and we don't have a drunk to teach us.
No, this guy probably fancied himself like a strategician. Like he's got to come and watch these games and learn all the weaknesses of the other teams, and then he's gonna dominate with his team.
Yeah, and his wife left him because why are we hanging around the Little League?
He thinks he'll get his wife back if he wins a t-ball championship.
I mean, honestly, if you left me and then like I won my Little League championship and you were still like we're still not back together, I'd shoot myself in front of your new husband. I would show up at your wedding and kill myself. That's just ridiculous. I mean, normally I wouldn't want to ruin your new day, but like, screw that. I won the Little. You're not taking me back now. You should be apologizing because I mean, like you gave me you acted like I just you divorced me because I spent so much time doing the Little League amongst other things. But now it actually paid off. You should say, "Oh, you were right," but you're still gonna get married the other guy. No, well you can. You're not gonna stop him from marrying, but. It's gonna ruin the vibe a little bit. I imagine. Maybe not. Maybe his family's really cool with that happening. Maybe everyone just starts listening. They start spinning what's the name record? Who's the redheaded guy?
What?
Harry something.
Oh, a Harry Styles record.
No, who's the other one?
What's his name?
The redhead.
Whatever his name. Yeah, I know.
The weird looking guy who's always singing about love.
Yeah, Ed
Helms.
Yeah, at
Ed
Helms.
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
They put an Ed Sheeran record on and they clean up the blood. And everything's fine. So they serve some Triscuits.
Barefoot on the cross.
And before you start giving me shit, Triscuits, yeah, it's a second wedding, all right? Who's going? No one was crazy for a second wedding, except unless they were Trump or something.
Listening to our favorite song, and they're wiping up your brains. They're just chopping your body into little pieces so they can carry it out easier.
That seems like they shouldn't. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. They shouldn't be able to do that.
No, they
should. I mean, that should ruin the wedding because like the cops will have to show up and like. I mean, I don't know what jurisdiction you're having your second wedding in, but
yeah, yeah, I know. But like, it's just like
are you getting married to like a Russian, Armenian mob guy or something?
No, I just imagine
like in East LA. Where were they hanging out in LA in the Shield?
I just imagine it being like a very professional wedding team, and they just kind of like they don't even really think about the implications. They're just acting out of pure hospitality instinct, right?
I mean, what's great is that like, I mean, I'd love to see it because they would hopefully go to jail, right?
Yeah.
Imagine going to jail for that, being so dedicated to your stupid wedding gig, where you're like, oh, you have the headset on. I mean, the guy at our wedding was very good. I'm not like, in case he listens, I'm sure he doesn't. He has good taste, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying is, and he didn't have a headset though. That's the thing. You see these movies where people wearing a headset at weddings, like the coordinator.
Oh yeah, probably the bigger
That's
ones.
the kind of person who would like our guy would realize like no, we'll move him. We're getting in enough trouble for that, or we'll put a table over him, and that's where we'll put the the cards, the gifts.
Right.
But you can't go chop up a body. He would know. He that's actually smart.
We'll just kind of bury him under like one of those giant tic-tac-toe boards that people people play with at weddings. Yeah.
I mean cornhole?
Well, they also have giant tic-tac-toe boards.
I'm unfamiliar.
Sometimes that's one of the games.
So they draw the X's and O's.
No, they're big cubes. Like they're big kind of like I don't know, like styrofoam cubes.
So not only are you marrying another man after you divorced me, despite me winning the Little League championship, you're gonna turn they're gonna say, hey, we're gonna turn his body into a tic-tac-toe cube, and you can go, yeah, all right.
Well, no, bury it under giant tic-tac-toe cubes.
This is enraging. This is disgusting. At least set me on fire.
But like almost like a s'mores thing?
A s'mores? No, I didn't say with graham crackers and marshmallows or chocolate, any of those things. How do you attribute setting a dead body on fire to s'mores?
Well, I'm just seeing how it can be integrated into the reception.
It's a Viking funeral or the wedding. That seems like it works. That's poetic enough.
I'm just imagining your body falls down on the grass, and the wedding coordinator is like, "Well, take a picture of him. He's going on the dead relative table." I mean,
yeah, that actually isn't bad.
Yeah.
So 18 people hoist me up onto it.
Right. They just throw you on top of the pictures of people's grandparents.
Yeah, I'll be the highlight of the dead relatives table. Mm. People that's a callback to episode we had from last year.
Right.
People not realize that's the thing your family had at the wedding, not ours. We didn't end up doing it, did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, but the wedding we went to before had a dead relatives table.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen before, but
Yeah, I just kind of forgot about it. I was pretty into the idea for.
Everyone's never seen someone divorce the Little League head coach champion, but
I think when I realized there would only be a couple of people on the dead relatives table,
right?
It didn't seem like.
Why would there only be a couple people?
I mean, there are only so many dead people between the two of our families.
Right. We couldn't repeat.
I feel like you need a big bunch. You need a bunch of people.
Oh, I need.
For a good dead relatives table.
But wait, do they have to have died in that past year?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's at all, if they died at all.
I could have gotten some fake, I could have found some people and whatever. Yeah. I'll find some, I'll go to one of these methadone clinics or whatever and hey, anyone died?
Oh, I thought you were talking about finding old pictures from the morgue.
I'm not allowed I didn't take those home.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think. Have you ever seen a photo album full of dead people? I don't have any of those pictures.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we talking about the Oscars?
Anyway, yeah, the Oscars.
I don't. They're very upset. Let's read some of this article, I guess.
Barbie pulled in a whopping 8 Oscar nominations on Tuesday morning, but there were 2 categories noticeably missing from that list. Both star Margot Robbie and director Greta Gerwig were snubbed by the Academy in the Best Actress and Best Directing categories, respectively, and fans are displeased, to say the least.
And what is their argument?
So
Greta Gerwig made a film that was critically acclaimed, culturally impactful. Culturally impactful? Well, I mean, look,
it did kind of bring back Pink.
You know what else is culturally impactful? School shootings. We don't give them Oscars. Perfectly cast and acted. I mean, all right.
I don't know about that. America Ferrera was a little bit stiff, in my opinion.
Both of those. I mean, and Ugly Betty.
America Ferrera.
No, that's not America Ferrera. Ugly Betty's the other one. Ugly Betty was the mom. America Ferrera was the kid.
Yeah, but her name isn't Ugly Betty.
Yeah, but her name's not America Ferrera. That's the kid from Doctor Strange, isn't it? Wait, that's her character name. Wait, hold on a second.
No, America Ferrera was totally in Barbie.
Yeah, I know. That was the daughter.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't the character in Doctor Strange was America, wasn't it? America Chavez, right?
Oh, yeah.
How's that a name?
I don't know. How is America Ferrera a name? It just...
Yeah, I'm saying. But that was like a comic book movie.
Right.
I mean, that was, she was with a wizard. I didn't really question it.
They should have just called the kid America Ferrera.
Yeah, I didn't question it because they were like, hey, we have to get this book out of the multiverse and then throw it to his, the border of the universe is glass. Nothing makes sense. It's stupid comics. But I mean, this is Ugly Betty's name is America Ferrera?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's like naming me France Johnson.
Germany Johnson.
Yeah. Hey, I'm England Jones. What was it?
So here's so perfectly cast and acted, left people laughing, crying, and thinking.
Who cried at the Barbie movie?
Apparently, a lot of people cried. I did not. I laughed a couple of times. The
movie fell apart for me when she went to the real world, and it was just kind of like. I thought it was gonna be fun, interesting interactions, but then the Will Ferrell characters they're all fake.
Right.
It wasn't like the Brady Bunch movie where they're interacting with real people and they get guns pulled on them. It was kind of fun, for the '90s. I'm saying it was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't say we should put that up with Heaven's Gate and Apocalypse Now for for a film festival. Mm. But the Brady Bunch movie that was fun. But this was just
fun, yeah.
This Will Ferrell's just he's dumber than Barbie.
Right.
And then it doesn't make any sense.
It's just the most depressing discourse about body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
And then Will Ferrell trying to put her in a giant box.
She should have came here and gotten fat.
Yeah.
And then started cutting herself.
They kind of do that, but she doesn't really get fat.
No, I'm saying they're cowards.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, they should have, you were saying this before, but they should have had the kid. Because you're kind of giving her crap about Barbie's just
make women feel terrible.
You
about
make women feel like
themselves.
dirt. You gave me a fentanyl disorder. I started eating Velveeta pies or whatever and throwing them up. But it's why they can't do that. You know why?
Why?
Because who's making this movie?
Mattel.
But how's that gonna have a cute you going Barbies? This would make sense this movie would make sense if they made it in the 60s. When up to that point, Barbie was just prancing around, having babies and cooking meatloafs and stuff. And then, hey, we want to start making construction Barbies and CEO Barbies and Dr. Barbies. So they would do this movie. And, hey, you can't push kids out of your pussy. You can be a doctor. I mean, me as Barbie. I'd be Ken, I guess, or some judge. I'd be a judge who everyone thinks is going to rule against Barbie. Because there'd be some contrivance where I'm ruling whether Barbie is a person or not. And then she can have a trial, and I'd be like, Barbie's all right with me. She can be a doctor. Everyone thought I was just going to rule against her, but
right.
They misjudged me.
They didn't realize what a noble man you were.
Yeah, I'm a noble man, and I'm trying to get some quid pro quo from Barbie.
It's not so much a quid pro quo as it is just like you're trying to get like gratitude sex out of her.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, there's no quid pro. I'm a judge. I'm not that dumb.
Right.
You know, hey. If you're really grateful, you know, then, do this the right way. Take me out to Bennigan's. Give me a nice French onion soup, and we see where it goes. But my point is, but they couldn't do that because they started making those Barbies like 50 years ago already. There is no like thing to sell. Like they make Burger Barbie and like Barbies who they make Hillary Clinton Barbie and lock her up Barbies and,
right.
Barbie who dies of AIDS Barbie, whatever. There's a Barbie for everything already. There's nothing left to sell.
Is there really a Hillary Clinton Barbie?
Probably.
Yeah. Is there a Lauren Boebert Barbie?
I mean, it's just Barbie you dump in the mud. Just cover it with just cat piss and cereal. I love her. I'm sorry. Why did I go there? We should have Barbara in the show. That's her name, right? Barbara.
You want to hear some more of these arguments?
Yes.
Greta Gerwig being snubbed at the Oscars despite Barbie being the only $1 billion movie solely directed by a woman feels very sus to me.
You know what? Yeah.
That isn't supposed to be, again, I'm not trying to claim that the Oscars is fair, that their system is noble. But when it is, to the extent that it does work and like recognizing art, that's not supposed to be the metric. Like the metric is not supposed to be you made $1 billion, so here's an Oscar.
Why don't we go start the James Beard Foundation? They give the James Beard Award, which is like the highest award you can get for being a chef.
Right. Yeah.
Well, why don't you give us the Doritos?
You know how many people eat Doritos every day and love them?
Doritos, I mean, honestly, Doritos are one of it's the greatest food, pound for pound.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure whatever braised the heron cafe soup that you get at Bernardin or whatever is delicious. But imagine if like you were like in a situation where like society is being formed. Like we can have one of these two foods going forward. And you eat that, this is very subtle, it's good. Someone gives you a Dorito and you lose your fucking mind. Doritos are so good.
They're amazing. Maybe they should get a James Beard Award.
Maybe they're right. Look, why are we fighting it?
They should at the very least, like the Oscars kind of did,
right?
Or sorry, the Golden Globes kind of did with the commercial success category. They should have like a best snack in the James Beard Awards.
Yeah,
they should just have one award for best snack.
They really should. And best and best fat person to die. They should honor one like just mass like just, like the guy from The Whale every year.
Every year, Brendan Fraser will present the award in costume as the whale.
We just keep giving it to Brendan Fraser. He's like, I'm not actually this fat. Yeah. It's fine. We like you. You're wearing school ties. Yeah, but seriously, this is people have been conditioned now to just think they can whine about, because people just want that's what they've learned, not like to even be outrageous or to be divisive, just they think that it's the clapback. We're in a clapback culture.
Yeah,
but no one's got a gun.
It's just kind of classless to clap back in this situation because the movie made $1 billion. So
right. You don't get to have everything.
Right.
You get one of the. Sometimes you get both. Right. If you're like who? Sometimes like some people get to be all the things.
Right. Yeah. Who got to be all the things?
Princess Diana until she was murdered. But for a while there, she was grace and beauty. That's all. She wasn't smart. She was kind of a dummy, right?
Right.
A dumb person.
I mean, I think she.
That's why the royal family hated her. She was kind of just a real ditz. Was she ditzy? I don't know.
It was really ditzy of her to shake that AIDS patient's hand.
I think she got AIDS. They're like, don't hug her. Don't hug the kid. I hugged the kid. We'll give you a test. And they came back and like, we just won't tell her. And she's like, it turned out she was like Magic Johnson and she had it and she never got sick from it. Or maybe that's why the car crashed. Maybe she like found out she had AIDS and she freaked out. Started kicking the driver in the head by mistake.
That's so funny. Like she didn't the doctors were totally like she didn't get AIDS.
Right.
It was fine. But from that point on, she was like the moment she did it, she regretted it.
Right.
And she spent the rest of her life fearing that she had AIDS.
Right. Just to be clear, there was a scene. It was a scene from The Crown. The only reason I know about it. We watched. I haven't seen the last couple of seasons, but the first, with Diana, she went to a hospital and they were like, "This kid's got AIDS. Don't hug it." She hugged it. Like, screw you, I'm gonna hug it. Which is, it was like, look, and people generally view that as a very sweet moment. She has
like terrible nerves.
Yeah.
But she thinks it's AIDS.
Right.
She's always losing control of the wheel. And she's like, my AIDS is acting up again.
Maybe that's why I got divorced. Her and Charles were like at breakfast every day, eating, what it was, poached eggs.
Yeah.
Whatever, that weird little fancy cup. And she's scratching her neck.
Yeah.
She's going, I think I have a rat. This could be, this got like a lesion, right? Like you don't have HIV, Diana.
No, Diana, you don't have AIDS.
I can't deal with it. He's so ignorant. But I hugged that kid. The whole point, I thought you hugged the kid because you knew it didn't have AIDS. No, I thought they said do hug it. I thought they said it didn't have AIDS.
No, it was a lovely gesture, dear. It doesn't have AIDS.
No, I did by mistake. I thought they said they didn't have AIDS. I never would have hugged AIDS. No, but the point is you don't get, most people don't get to have both, right? So you make $1 billion movie. I mean, look, Jurassic Park made a lot of money.
Peter Jackson.
He made Lord of the Rings. That's a bad movie. Also, they only gave him one at the end. He made 3 amazing movies. And then at the end, they go, we'll give you 1.
Right.
They didn't let him get 2. And they gave those movies nothing for like 10 years. When the 3rd one came out, and we had to sit through 6 hours of Bilbo Baggins, rotting, being euthanized in the hospice, in the Hobbit hospice.
By this logic, they all should have gotten Oscars because they all made a lot of money.
Yeah. Elijah Wood should be an Academy Award winner for having hairy feet. No, it's just, and the weird thing is this. Greta Gerwig is apparently the first woman to have all 3 of her first 3 films nominated for Best Picture. Margot Robbie's been nominated twice for the Academy Award.
And she won for I, Tonya.
Did she win?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
No, I think... Look it up. Check it out. Because I thought I looked it up before. But if she's won already, then what the hell are we talking about? This idea, the level of like actors out there, there's like one good actor left, and it depends on the movie. It's like no one's good consistently anymore.
Yeah. She won the Best Actress.
Wait, she won? Oh wow. No, isn't it? I thought that was for. Oh shit. Well. Even more the case then.
Right.
She's already won an Oscar. Maybe the Academy is not saying, hey, we can't give this Oscar to Margot Robbie. Maybe they're saying we don't want to give it to Barbie. Right. Because even though we're an irrelevant bunch of scumbags. Also, like, where was the outrage when Kubrick never got the directing award?
Right.
Why did Scorsese have to wait till he was 70 to get it? You realize that, like, the level of like disgusting outrage. Anyone who cares about the Oscars is a moron. Not because like the idea of something winning isn't, but like just because there's no they've ruined the award. For decades, nothing good ever wins.
Right.
Historically, like if I made a movie, if I was a director, I wouldn't even want one. Kubrick never got one. Now you want it because it makes you money, supposedly. I'm not even sure if it does anymore, really. But the point is, Academy Award winner. Imagine trying to fucking make the case that the Academy is a prestigious award when they gave it to fucking Barbie. Imagine. It's a fucking, what's else? We gave it to the Garbage Pail Kids movie? You give it a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog?
I mean, I think, look, I thought that Saltburn movie was flawed. But,
sure.
But at least there was weird shit happening in it all the time. At least there was a guy having sex with dirt.
Well, don't spoil it. Yeah.
I love that that's a spoiler.
I know, that's the thing. That movie where like the big thing that you don't want to spoil is the guy humps the dirt.
That's how you know it's real art.
Yeah.
When telling people that a guy humps dirt and it ruins the movie.
Right. Yeah. That is the chrysalis of filmmaking. No, and that's I didn't know, but it was a woman made that.
I would be if she got nominated for Best Director. I wouldn't be mad at that. Like I wouldn't necessarily think she should win over like Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right.
But like I wouldn't have any issue with her being nominated.
Everyone loves this shit on that movie. I love this idea. Like I mean, this whole feminist thing is so we've jumped the shark a bit. And I'm not sure when. Maybe when we did feminism. But no, it's like this idea that like people really feel really comfortable now going like with Scorsese. I've seen like multiple people in my real life be like, oh, I have to sit through 3 hours of where we watch a bunch of white men instead of the native people. What did you want to watch? 3 hours of people dying of poison?
Yeah. Right, yeah, just dismissing like
the white men did the shit. What do you want to be? Oh, I'm getting really sick. Why am I getting so sick? I mean, honestly, what do you want them? I mean, they show these people dying, but like more scenes of them like not knowing how to fix it.
People will literally just make up things that aren't true about a movie to critique it in that way. Like people will be like, well, like Lily Gladstone's perspective wasn't shown. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was shown through the entire movie.
No, she was great. Yeah. I had no idea who she was. You were like, oh, and they kept going, Lily Gladstone. Like, well, why do they keep saying like that? I've never heard of this woman. She's really good.
She's actually a really interesting character.
I think she should win.
She knows that this guy is kind of a scumbag. Yeah. And she marries him anyway. Like, that's interesting.
Sure.
Like, you know, she kind of like suspects that he's trying to kill her.
I think the way they conceived this film and the reason they cast the character, I'll be fair. The other thing is it couldn't be improved upon. Because it was probably the reason they cast DiCaprio, besides the fact that, you know, Marty just likes to read stories to him, you know, at night on the set or something to tuck him in. This is his grandpa. I'm saying the guys have made 15 movies together.
Right.
But the reason they cast him in this role is he's probably supposed to be this really charming guy, despite other things. And, you know, that's how but he showed them, like, I want to make this guy have a weird, really, like, just kind of, way of talking, just about money. And Marty's like, yeah, go with it. Yeah. He like, for some reason, you know, they've worked together since he was like 18. You should be able to say to Leo, hey, I think for this movie, we make you more charming. Right. Think more like when you played The Great Gatsby. Because this guy was really charming. You know, he got killed. This guy was murdering her, and she didn't get. He put probably more. And she's like, "No, I'm gonna talk like this. I'm talking like Sling Blade the whole time." And they were like, "All right, yeah, sure, go with that." And she's playing it as if he's like Robert Redford, and like in All the President's Men, like dashing. Right. Is that really the best example? Whatever. All the President's Men. Right. That sexy movie, All the President's Men. But he was charming in it.
He was.
Imagine
you can look at stuff like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, imagine it was like let's just more modern. Imagine it was like Brad Pitt and Meet Joe Dirt. Right? Like, right. Not Meet Joe. Is it Meet Joe Dirt? Was that Meet Joe Black?
Meet Joe Black. Did they ever do that? They should have done that on whatever.
Let's look it up.
Whatever they would have done, SNL or whatever.
Yeah, well.
Meet Joe Dirt?
We should make that sketch. We should, that'll be the way to get people to watch our podcast.
And it would be timely.
Yeah. But no, they should have made like imagine Brad Pitt Meet Joe Black, where he's got the tuxedo. I've never seen the movie, but he's in a tuxedo and he's dead or something. Is that the plot? He's a wizard. He's a wizard or a ghost. Yeah. The point is, imagine he was Brad Pitt being charming, and you go, "Oh, she stayed with this guy, married." Well, you get it because he's Brad Pitt, and it should be DiCaprio. But in the past 2 years, he's become like he's kind of hit a wall of his. He's still a good-looking guy, but he's just getting to the point now where he's just like. He's getting like he's got like Pacino got in his 50s or 60s, like Sense of a Woman Pacino with hoo-wah. He's getting into his hoo-wah era, right? You know, which is just him, you know, mumbling. Right. That's the critique. I'll let you have that critique. But this idea, like, why don't you make a movie about slavery and just have the whole thing be the hot box? Right. I mean, there's probably more going on.
Yeah, it's like you just want to watch torture porn.
Yeah, it's a movie. Whatever.
You don't want to watch it. Like it's like you're claiming that you have some kind of like you want some diverse perspective on it, but you just don't want like anyone who isn't white to have any agency in a movie at all. Right. Like it's like it. You know.
Well, women can.
I mean, like
white women.
Like I could understand, like looking at like I love Karen in Goodfellas. Like she's great. Oh, yeah, like Lorraine Bracco does a great job with her.
Right.
But like you could make an argument that like she descends into such hysterics towards the end that it might be a somewhat like, even if it's somewhat realistic, it might be a somewhat insulting image of women.
I mean, maybe, but I mean,
like I'm just saying you could make that case.
Possibly. But to be fair, like, I know what you mean, but like Leota's also going to lose his mind too.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm sure. I mean, actually, we gotta give him credit. Leo doesn't look good. Like,
yeah, he goes pretty crazy in the end.
The doctor even like gives him a value. I'm like, why don't you calm down?
Oh, that whole monologue is so great.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, Scorsese actually is pretty good.
Just stir the sauce. He keeps coming back to the sauce.
But you see what we're doing here? Like, it's a fucking 30-year-old movie that we've seen 100 times.
Yeah.
Try to do something like a Barbie with this.
Right.
What's the stir the sauce moment in Barbie, or any moment? We brought it up for a second and we start quoting the movie. There's no bar. I mean, that's not a bar because Goodfellas also didn't win shit.
I'm just Ken is the stir the sauce moment in Barbie.
Right, but they're mad he got that's why he should get the award.
Right, man.
I'm just Ken. I'm doing my taxes then. I don't know. He should have been some kind of pimp. He dresses like a pimp. They should have actually made him pimping the Barbies.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that should have been like the whole, like, they should have actually had a real, when they had to invade his Cobra Kai dojo, right? Whatever it was called.
Right.
His Cobra Kai Malibu Palace.
Right, his Ken Man's Cave or whatever.
There's a name for it. The kitten box dojo. Everyone else knows. Everyone else is quoting it like it's an iconic thing already. It's not iconic. I mean, everyone in this fucking world would just join a cult if they could. They're too lazy to find one.
That's true.
Charles Manson, so scary. I mean, it's just some guy. Like, I mean, some pimp that would hang around Grand Central Station or Port Authority back in the day. That's what Charles Manson was. All these cults are. How do you start a cult? How do you find hookers in New York in the 70s? They get off the bus. And that's what all this argument's about. Discourse. This cult discourse. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah. But to finish about the Karen thing, because Lily Gladstone in this is like so much better than that.
She should have than what, Lorraine Bracco?
No, I'm saying like in terms of how she's portrayed.
Oh, she looks better. Yeah.
In terms of like how she looks.
Sure.
Like it's way more like, just go to Washington protesting the stuff. It's like there's a lot of shit with her in it, with her centered in it.
Oh yeah, no, sure. I mean, the whole movie should have been her, and then like everyone just dies, and there's like, why is this happening? And then they play "Give Me Shelter."
Right.
What? He's just a shot away. And then she's playing with a Barbie. I don't know. What's the iconic moment you take from Barbie? And there has to be one. You've made this argument. You think it's a great film.
Well, I thought it was better than it had any right to be. I thought that it was like the production design was great. That was a high point of the movie.
The plastic.
The way
shirts.
You get out of Barbie Land and get to the real world was a fun little sequence.
They should have had to do like some kind of voodoo thing. They should have had. I mean, they should have had to do some kind of ayahuasca. They should have had to do some kind of like They should have had to sacrifice a child. Some pathos. To get out of Barbie Land. It was just too easy.
Look, I could totally get behind a violent.
It was so lazy. They just drove out. They just drove out. It was so lazy.
Well, no, they had to get on a little train, and then they had to get on a little snowmobile.
But you could. That's the thing. They just made them all look like idiots because they could have just left at any time. They should. I mean, even the movie, like the movie Vice Versa with Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold. That required more pathos to create. For an inciting incident. This one, like her shoe falls off. She's like, I'm gonna travel to the real world. You know what I mean? There's no plot. It was just like, I mean,
right.
the whole thing in the trailer. Oh, what if we die? All right, that's cute.
Elf kind of had a similar thing of like, you gotta go. It doesn't end up being that hard. It's like he's like, you gotta go travel through this candy cane forest, and then you're in New York. Like,
right, but that wasn't the inciting incident, or it wasn't like the plot. Like, look, Elf. First of all, Elf is overrated, but good. It's very good. How kids movie, funny movie.
I think that Barbie is exactly as good as Elf.
Oh, that's crazy. No,
I think that but no better, no worse.
No, if Barbie is like if you said, well, I don't know, what's the point of Elf? What's this kind of cute part where like he travels through a penguin forest in the North Pole? That was cute.
Yeah.
But no one thinks about that when they watch Elf. It's a funny movie all throughout.
Yeah.
And he's eating chocolate spaghetti and it's fantastic.
They have wonderful moments.
I don't know, whatever. Yeah. You just want women to. Like you have women.
I thought that was a fair compromise.
The Supreme Court's got like 5 women on right now. Mm-hmm. Can we stop acting like women are like there's literally half of every acting Oscar every year is women.
Right.
There's literally the same amount of women win Oscars as men.
You know what? That's a great point too. It's like complaining about the best director thing, okay.
Sure.
But complaining about the best actress thing, you're just complaining that other women got the recognition.
Right.
Like you're just bitching about other women maybe getting
they should. I mean, these women should start saying, "Hey, we should get Lily Gladstone out of this fucking Lily." Get her out of there. Have the bravery to say, get her out of there.
It'd be so funny if Margot Robbie is just regularly sending death threats to Lily Gladstone.
And she's like,
you better watch your back, bitch.
Why didn't you send this to Emma Stone? She's like, she's my bestie. Yeah. I mean, I love Margot Robbie in general. I don't love her. I mean, yeah, I like her. She's fine.
Better not love her.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm your wife.
Yeah, well, at least she'd come to my little league. She wouldn't.
She wouldn't divorce you for wanting to win a T-ball tournament.
It's not T-ball, it's Little League. You don't even know the difference. This is the problem. I can see us having like throwing our 9/11 plates at each other because you called it T-ball. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. If you want more Kump. Again, don't forget, we have our Patreon at patreon.com/RayCump. Extra episode every $5 a month every week. No, once a month, $5. Extra episode every week. 4 episodes a month. You get it. So you can do that. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Have a great week.